Hello and welcome to another episode of the Beauty, Brains and the Bag podcast with Powerful Princess. My name is Princess Agumbiade and I am your host. For today's episode, I am joined in the studio by two amazing, delectable beauty queens. I have with me here the beautiful, amazing
Winfrey Agbilishe.
Okay.
Broadcast journalist, serial entrepreneur, and a few other things will just keep on wraps for now.
Why are you trying to be humble? Why are you trying to be humble?
Just leave it there now.
Okay, and then we have a delectable
Evia Young, a project manager and
Okay.
a serial entrepreneur as well.
big purr.
That's
But
it.
guys, I said they're beauty queens, but I didn't just mean because they're fine, no, because they actually are beauty queens.
Yes.
Winfrey was the MBG and Tourism 2017.
Yeah.
Yes, and Evia Young was
Yeah.
Miss Tourism Nigeria
Yeah.
2016. So they actually have represented your country and they have literally held titles and they've done so much with their position. So they are my pageant sisters
For life.
for life,
Yeah.
period. And I'm so happy to have them because I know that these women, you see them, they're so fine, obviously. I mean, you can't deny, undeniable, but they're also a bag of brains. Like, just listen to them talk, you would get to learn so much. So make sure that you pay attention
No pressure.
to this particular episode. So today we're talking about another interesting topic. I mean, this is the Valentine's season, as you can see. We're up in the Valentine's colors, the colors of love, red, pink, because we wanted to know that we did with you in the season of love. Okay, we're talking about love, obviously, but we're talking about how to date and, you know, just basically love and dating in your 20s and 30s. I know it's a crazy world out there for young people right now because there's so much pressure to be, you know, dating. There's also very few desirable people to choose from. So how do you pick the right person? Because make you no go enter wahala in the name of love. make you no go have accidents in the name of love and dating, because things are happening out there. So
Yeah, true.
but I have with me this amazing list. I know that they're going to bring so much context to the topic. So yes, let's get into the topic. I want to hear, you know, just like, let's hear what has your love journey been like? You know, like what's like your most interesting dating adventure?
Okay, so let me say, my most interesting love adventure is definitely my marriage. I'm married, by the way, just saying.
Fresh sour next, baby. Fresh shock.
Okay, yeah, so I'll say that, right? And I'll say that not because, I mean, of course, I'm married to him and he will watch this video, and then if I say anything otherwise, my in-laws are waiting for me at the door. But also because, I mean, I don't take for granted the decision to actually sit down and decide that I want to join my life with someone like forever and ever. Do you understand? So I'll say it's interesting because it's evolving, right? From, I mean, when we met to where we are now and then where we are going, right? And of course, it's very interesting for me as well because of even the nature of what we do, right? And the nature of like the businesses we've actually started and we're pushing. I mean, so for us, it's even beyond love. To be honest, it's like love aside. If you are knowing me, like, I'm not looking at the love anymore. I'm looking at the purpose and what we have to literally figure out. And then we're moving in that direction. Seriously, because people that work with us during Revs and Runway, that's the events we actually do jointly, they know we fight we fight like from the beginning to the very end because I mean we have two very strong personalities, and then we literally understand things from different angles. But I believe that that's also why it works, right? Because, you know, the thing they say of opposite attracts is actually very true. And before you come to that point of being like, it's just like sandpaper, right? Everybody's rubbing against each other. So yeah, it's been a very interesting journey, very tough as well, but really, really soothing too. So yeah, I'll just stop there now. For now.
Mean, I've seen you guys together before, and it did not look tough. It was looking like butterflies, and what's it called, caramel on your tongue, and stuff. But anyways, we'll take your word for it. Okay, what about you, Evie?
So for me, I feel like I've had a journey.
It was the gist.
Relationship wise.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll say like I've met good people for sure. Like
Yeah.
you know, and even though some of them they've showed me shaggy,
Shege is a must.
I will choose.
Shege is a
Shaggy is not a must, please.
At some point, my dear. Like,
You know, even though they showed me shaggy, I would choose to take the lesson that I learned from this relationship. I'll choose those lessons over the hurt or the tears that I experienced. But like so far, I feel like my relationship love life has been good.
ha.
Yeah.
Then I beg, am I a pot of am I a pot of stew? I mean, I'm wearing red, so maybe pepper stew.
Something else.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I can actually say the same. Don't let me deceive you guys. I've had good relationships.
Hey, thank God. Princess is finally admitting it.
I thought you had no exes.
Oh no, I actually have one ex.
Oh, one. Just
only
one
one.
ex.
Only one is
Okay.
considered. Everybody else, I mean,
Everyone
not everybody else actually. It's just him, anyways. So
just him.
if you're watching, if you think it's you, then it just might be you.
Okay, that's nice.
Like I'm gonna talk about like some experiences that I have. Sometime I was dating this person. In my mind, I was in a relationship. I was in love, and then I found out that he didn't actually like women.
Wow. You actually had that experience.
Yeah,
Interesting.
And
oh my God.
it just sounds like another tale or another story.
Wow.
But you know what that could
That's
do to
deep.
my self-esteem?
Yeah.
Because then you start to feel I'm like, what made like I'm a whole speck,
Right.
yeah.
True.
and then you were dating me. And
Why?
then,
What was the
like I was not
reason?
good enough. You now had to go to not even a woman.
Hi.
So
Okay.
and I found out in the
Let me hold your
most
hand.
interesting way, because
Aw.
it was someone that was actually it was another person that was trying to date me that I was still doing no I'm dating
in a
someone
relationship.
that
I'm in a
now
relationship.
he had to find a way
Oh wow.
to let me see, because it was as if I was blind. Everybody else
Wait.
could see this
You
but
had
me.
to find a way.
The person that was trying to get me
Was the
to
one who
date
actually
him was the one who now
Found a way.
my boyfriend was also asking him out.
Hey. This. Hey.
Okay.
So you can imagine the
Okay.
mess. It was
Okay.
so
Oh, wow.
messy when he got me to the finalist. If I saw evidence was there, like it was evidence, so it's not like they say. He showed me enough evidence for me to.
Oh my
actually
God.
And then I realized that everyone else knew what was going on but me.
Oh my God. Yeah, but that's the painful part.
That's
when you're going
yeah.
through things and
Yeah.
like people around you, they know, but you're the only
Yeah,
one
the
that's
only one that doesn't
oblivious.
actually know.
Like,
That's
So I was
crazy.
just the fool.
Wow.
So it was
like,
it was
laughing stock.
it was both
Oh,
a slap on
longest
my
time.
face and a
Wow.
blow to my heart, and I almost just felt like, what is even the purpose of like dating or relationships? I just felt like the whole thing was just a whole hoax. Like if someone could like keep me around, and I was thinking, no, yeah, we're building something. I was
Yeah.
in the relationship. I'm very monogamous, so when this happened, it took a hit on me, and this kind of things can actually force you to start become a demon. So this I feel like
start having
sometimes
this wall.
some things can we create the demons that we see
Yes,
today.
yeah.
Very true.
People just wake up and say, I want to be the villain. Someone has, made
Triggered
that side
exactly,
of them.
So I want us to like always be careful about the way that we treat people, because you're thinking about yourself right now.
Yes.
But
You don't know
You're
the
not
harm that is
considering-
actually causing the
you're
other person,
creating
yeah.
another monster for the next person.
Yeah.
So but that was one experience that I feel like is just, I talk about this and I just laugh because I'm like, it sounds so,
I mean,
it
now,
sounds so
now it's
unreal.
funny,
Now it's
but like
funny,
then,
but then I can
No,
imagine what you're
it
going
wasn't
through.
funny then, but now it's like, it sounds like it was not fairy tale. It sounds like a very
like something that they would act like.
exact like a movie. Like, do you know? I'm like, wait, what this? And it was just, I was like 20. I won't say how, because I don't want anybody to not start tracing.
Calculating.
Calculating,
You do
but-
maths on your matter.
I'm not trying to out anybody or anything,
Yeah.
but like, it was just crazy. But yeah, that was one experience that I've had that I felt like was very like.
So that's
Yeah.
something I actually want to say based off things like that, right? I honestly believe, right? I'm not of this general school of thought that there's someone for everyone. I honestly believe that there are people in this world that actually are going to be alone till the end of their lives. As much as that
Jesus.
sounds very sad, I'm not saying that from any bad place. I'm actually
Yeah.
saying it because it's what it is. What's
The
the reality?
reality,
I
yeah.
didn't want to get married. I was literally one of those people that was like, I'm like, you know what? I'm not interested
I think you
in
told
this
me
thing.
that.
Exactly.
Oh my
So-
God, too.
So I'm
Actually,
like, I don't want to get married.
No,
I mean,
don't
not
get
even because
married.
of my personal experiences there, but
Yeah.
also like growing up and literally looking around you, seeing
And
several
the same
marriages,
things,
several.
crash.
Do you understand? Even the crashes, you see the relationship between like
Yeah.
spouses, and you're like,
Very
so what's
toxic
not
and
the point? Do
everything.
you understand?
It's
So I'm
not
like,
enjoyable.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like, why do I want to go? So I actually had that in my mind. Like, you know what? I'm literally just going to live my life. I'm not going to get married. I'm just going to focus on my career.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
And
Anything
be
I want to
happy.
get to the point where you can literally afford whatever you want and like make yourself happy.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Even if, okay, fine, you want to be in a relationship with men, but then again, you don't have to be married to them
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Because I also honestly did not understand how
that
you
too.
stay married to one person for
For-
the entirety of your life. Do you
Yeah.
understand? But then again, thank God for maturity. Thank God for Jesus.
Thank God for
And all of that.
Find
you get?
the one too.
Yeah, but then again, there's still people that have been
Mature
mature
and they have
and
Jesus.
exactly. They're
And they're
still
still standing on that.
and that is fine. That is totally fine. If if that's it for you, then actually just do you unapologetically.
Absolutely.
Now, talking about relationships that I've been in, not so many relationships to be very honest. I think I can count all the relationships I've been in like in one hand. Yeah. So, and I've always been, I'm a lover girl. I'm a romantic, hopeless, very hopeless. Very, very hopeless. So,
Winfrey does not strike me to be someone like that. to be honest.
apparently, yeah, funny enough, yeah, a lot of people say that. But I'm
Eva.
actually, so, and I think as I was now maturing out of the hard girl, and I fell into the hopeless.
Don't worry about it. I can totally relate.
Exactly.
Confess
So,
all of that.
I can totally relate.
So I'm literally coming out of seriously because dating, as much as you're saying, okay,
Oh.
people are trying to talk
Jeez,
about
thank
how
God I'm not the
people
one
give them
experiencing
breakfast.
Yeah.
And see me, I'm calculating the breakfast me I cooked, I served, and all of that. Do you get? So
So you were the
I remember-
heartbreaker.
You can say it that way. Broken a few hearts.
See, this life, there's no karma.
But then again, I'll say I'm right. A relationship I was in, literally, this guy was the one that was the. The guy was great, right? And I think I was also really calculated. So I meet people I like, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to date this person, and I'm literally telling, okay, you know what? I had that conversation with my husband really recently. Do you understand? He was telling me of how, like, you know how our husbands like to feel
Yeah.
like they saved us and all of that. So I allow him. Oh yeah, my knight in shine armor. Thank you. But then again, I also thought about this after the conversation we had, right? The conversation was around, okay, fine, dating people and having like horrible dating experiences. And I think I didn't necessarily fall. I mean, of course, I've had my heart broken like a number of times, right? But then again, for most of it, especially when I was younger,
Yeah.
I just seemed quite calculated with. So to be honest, there was a time in my life I didn't want to date anybody, right? So I meet somebody and tell you, okay, fine, friends with benefits, that's what it's gonna be, and all of that. If you literally start giving me join,
You move on.
to be very honest,
I love that.
and I
vibe.
literally
That's
just
good.
move on and all of that. But then eventually, because I remember, like the guy was speaking about one very, very memorable heartbreak. Breakfast I actually served someone, right? So in the relationship, he was all the like husband material, 1,021 yards. I'm serious. Like this guy is the type that will write you poems. I'll go and write exams, come back, and he will literally have made dinner. He'll invite me over to his room. He'll be playing the guitar and singing for me. And I'm not even joking. I'm in university, like University of Benin. If you don't know.
If you don't know,
You get
Women as come.
get out. So I mean, if you're watching this, you know yourself. I apologize. I'm really sorry. Yes, moving on.
If we're not married, I'd have not to matchmaker on this place.
So I mean, he was the one that was really charming. He will send me more, like I'm waking up to morning messages, but I was so very detached. And I don't know. It's not like I didn't like. I did, but at that point, my brain was not just operating like
you were
that.
just-
You
not
get?
that
I
point,
was just
yeah.
not in that wave,
Space of
and
mind.
I wasn't so. I could literally just like bang this guy for like 3 days. I won't pick his call. I won't like.
Talk to him. You just.
And I'll be fine. Now, if my husband should try it, oh God. So I just feel like knowing yourself also, but another thing that I keep on holding on to,
Yeah.
that I know I held on to, even when I was talking to him, it's not a justification for my bad behavior, right?
that
Was
was
the
definitely
fact
bad behavior.
that I told him.
Oh, okay.
At the time he was asking me out, I said, see, I don't want to be in a relationship right now, to be very honest. I came out of a long relationship, and I was literally just chilling, just
Yeah,
now you
trying
just
to
you don't
enjoy
want
your
to just want
singlehood,
to
yeah.
exactly and all of that. But he was really like asking me out, asking me out, and there was
Yeah.
no reason why I should have said no. But at the same time, I just felt, I'm like, guys, see, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want. But he was
Yeah.
like, no, see, don't worry. I believe you. Yeah, I know you're feeling like this right now. It's because of the relationship. We'll work through it together. So
Such a
also,
gentle guy.
when you're asking a girl out or you are interested in a guy or something, listen to what they're actually
they
telling
say.
you. Do you
100%,
get like
yeah.
as much as you're thinking of, oh yeah, how much you love them, how much you really need. Maybe if you just gave me time, do you understand? To probably come out of the phase, maybe we would have
Yeah.
gone back there, and do you understand? But yeah, I mean, I played along. Relationship was great. I mean, while it was great, and then it just
Until it
went.
no longer
Then he now
was.
graduated and left school. That's where everything's scattered.
So you just knew that, but it was actually never going to be,
Yeah.
beyond this.
Yeah.
So I think the point here is really like pay attention.
Yeah.
I feel like when you meet somebody, try to find out what they want.
Yeah.
Don't assume that because you're out on date with the guy, he wants to date you. Ask him. I'm always very I'm very inquisitive. I will ask you every single question. All details must be given to me. I never assume. And
Yes.
most of that women we like to
Don't
assume.
Yes.
Don't ever assume.
Don't.
Ask the question, even when it seems like it's unreasonable, it's unnecessary.
Ask.
Ask. Yes.
But
Because-
men don't also like it when you ask them. too
Oh,
much
that's when you know
question.
they're
But,
not, they're not ready.
That's a red sign.
That's
That's
a
a
red
red flag
flag.
right there.
Waving-
Because to be honest, a guy that's really into
Will
you,
answer.
He will give you no room for doubt.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
He will spell everything out
telling you.
clearly.
Yeah.
So you have to ask, like, when don't feel like, oh, I don't want to seem like
I'm disturbing
ask.
him.
Oh, because I always say something. I said your partner can actually make or break you. 'Cause
Very
you're
true.
They
sharing.
have such a big impact.
Influence.
Yeah.
I'm telling like you have
In
no
your
idea
life.
how much they have on your life. So if you pick someone that is not, let me not just say anything.
No, but you're
Too
actually
much.
right. You are.
Totally.
Like the fact that I was at a certain age and dated this person who preferred to be with guys. If I did not pick up myself and speak to myself, that could have shattered my entire self-esteem.
Yes.
A lot of people right now
Yes.
walking around today,
For sure.
Yes.
feeling like they're worthless because of who they chose to date for 2 months.
Very true.
60 days is enough. 1 month is enough to really just ruin the whole person that you have. Your parents have helped
True.
you build and
Build,
mold.
yes,
You
over
just
the year.
lose who you are because someone has told you. And you know how you're dating someone, you put so much, you look up to them. That's how you hold what they say. Their words are so important to you.
To you. Very
So
true.
someone who's on work and just say, yeah, you're ugly, you might not really take it seriously. But someone that you are in
Yes.
that dating says
Yeah.
something to you,
Yeah.
maybe says, you're not really that fine. He didn't
That's
say you're
the-
ugly.
Would
That
leave.
it will
with
live
you.
in your head. So you have to be careful about the person that you share your life with, even if it's just a month of your life with, as a partner. Like that thing taught me to be very, very, very discerning. Because I'm not thinking about there were so many signs that this guy preferred guys. Like everyone could see it, but
But
you.
you. Yeah. That's why we see when
So,
people are in love.
This blinded by love.
Yeah.
This love
Yeah,
is blind.
really blind.
This love is
Love is
blinded.
blind.
See, let your own love be. Let's see, open eye.
So let me chip in something there, right? The truth of the issue is that love, to be honest, in the reality of it, is actually blind. When you like someone, even relationship aside, even
Yeah.
friendship level, do you understand?
Yeah.
You
That's
see
it.
someone you feel you click with, you connect with, do you understand?
You tend to.
You'll be
can't-
seeing red flag. You say it's purple.
Do you understand? The light, the color of the flag will continue changing. But then again,
Yeah,
you
my red flag
is it is a red flag. But then again, because of that feeling
Yeah.
and how strong love is,
attraction, everything.
it will blind you. So that's why it's very important as well to have people
So if-
around you that
Do
you also
understand? That you can have these
Listen
conversations
to
with.
with.
People that can watch. The person is not in love with you. Do you understand? So and like people that
They
you
will
trust,
notice, like,
they will
they will see
notice
those
when things are
things.
off
laughs
and all of that.
Laughs in, she's jealous of me. She's jealous of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just jealous of me.
Oh, wow.
Some of you think that your friends are just of
That's
you.
it.
They tell you that boy is using your head. You're like, she's just jealous.
She wants my man.
She wants my man.
Everybody wants your man.
They also pretend a lot. You're like way in too deep before you start noticing something.
Oh yes, no,
True.
there's
There's that.
like that.
There's that too.
You will just be like, how do I get out? Will I find somebody else? And you see that self-doubt is almost also another thing
That's
that
another
kills
thing.
Yeah.
a lot of
True.
people.
True.
I mean, beats men or women. It's like some people would just be like, if I leave her, if I leave him, like would I find somebody else?
Exactly.
You're seeing a huge red.
Hey.
That's why I never flag again.
Somebody else. Somebody
Red wall.
And you're doubting. It's
So that's the thing.
So
right?
that means
yeah. So somebody is bad. Somebody is bad. You also need to understand something that's, I'll say this, marriage has taught me, right, is that we see a lot of things through the filter of our own insecurities, right? So as much as, yes, something might generally be bad. Of course, if someone is dead, somebody's dead.
Yeah.
Is an obvious bad. Did you
Yeah.
get? But then again, there's some things that, see, as a wife, something I know I've suffered is misunderstanding. That word misunderstanding. And it's based off the experiences I've had.
before.
Right? So now before this, so my transitioning from hard girl to soft girl happened. The relationship after that one, I just said the relationship after that one, I told you guys about, now into my marriage, right? So I actually met my husband at the time. I was literally getting off another relationship. Do you understand? I don't know why. It's like these men, they just wait. Like they just know. This one, she's just coming out.
But it actually happens. Though.
Hot
No,
girl.
it happens.
Like once
You might be in a relationship and not be seeing
No,
other people.
I'm telling you,
the moment
once
you
you
just
just see
break
the
up.
flat. Sometimes they happen like that. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's when you're in, that's when people
are all
coming.
over you. Not like, no,
Yeah.
like now I've gotten married, like there are a lot of people all around. I'm wondering like,
are you?
Yeah.
as
What's
in,
all
Can
this?
you show them the ring? Like, are you blind?
no,
It's not blinding you
They
enough.
don't see it though.
It's not
I don't
blinding.
think
It's not
some men
blinding you
care.
enough.
They don't see it. No,
They don't even care if
Lagos.
they're seeing it.
I said
Wow.
somebody has
Change,
literally.
oh.
Lagos have suffered.
Someone has told me I'll be your side piece.
And make a change.
I'm not
oh.
joking with you. He said I'll be your side piece.
And make
Wow.
a. God
And,
did
he was,
that.
and I was surprised.
God
and he was
did not
wondering
create you to be
why
a
I
side
was
scene.
surprised. He was asking. He now said, "Oh, you're newly married, right?" And I'm like,
As
hey,
the next part. As
Wow.
well, wait small. In the next 5 years,
You know,
could
but-
they change? Oh,
he said I will
What's the name? Bolu change. Ahmed change.
yeah, I've also had my own fair share of disappointment. Like when you think, oh, we're there,
Yeah.
and this person will just switch up on you, like, bruh, where was this side of you before?
Yeah.
There's one relationship I had. I think you also know about. I told her about it. Dated this person for the longest time. We're good. I'm also like you. Like I don't really care about marriage, even though yes, like now, unlike before, I was really no marriage.
Yeah,
Please,
no, yeah.
if you want to be with me, I'll tell you. Like I don't care. We can be together till the end of time. But just know that this marriage thing is not.
Yeah.
But now, actually, I'm open to it. To make choice making a choice to actually love is
it's a big
very,
deal.
we don't talk about it enough.
Yeah.
You know, when you've been broken and you still decide to still love,
Yeah.
it's a very, very big thing that people don't understand. If you can do
takes
that,
good
because
courage,
you can just love and someone just come and shatter your heart and it's
And
over.
that's it.
You're not
Yeah,
loving
you
again.
lock
You
up.
turn
Yes,
into
yes,
a demon.
yes,
But
true.
if you are that type of person that constantly choose to not even let what has happened to you affect you, then you're a very strong person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So back to what I was saying. I was with this person. Yeah, we were good until it hit me. I was at a friend's one day and just randomly I got a call from someone I thought was my man. Oh, hey babe, da, 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 da. And the girl with me was like, that's my I know that voice. And I was like, shit, sorry, that's my boyfriend. And she was like, oh, I know that voice. Oh, yeah. Then she was trying to listen and she was like, yeah, that's my boyfriend.
Excuse you.
Wow. You say what?
Wow.
Excuse.
I was just like, hold up, I'm going to call you back. Yeah.
Wow.
And anyways, I was shattered, but as a strong girl, I know how to move on from heartbreak. I don't even know the kind of strength that God has given to me. But like you see, when it comes to heartbreak, I've experienced quite a few, but like I just dust it off like this. Like
You just dusted off like
yeah,
this.
so
You're not talking about with the crying and the wailing. Sorry,
no.
If they break my heart, you won't see me for 2 weeks.
I mean, it took me a week to actually get myself, but that week, it felt like 2 years.
Oh wow, yeah, it's like a long time.
Yeah. But also, even like aside relationship, like life challenges and everything,
that's
I know how to
resilience,
always just like
you don't speak yourself. You have resilience.
pick myself back up. So that was it. But like, you know, I will still choose to love and love every time. So, like, I'm not gonna say because of this one person, even though I've experienced it quite a few times. I'm not gonna say just because of these people. I mean, I'm going to show you people Pepper, even though sometimes I really want to do it.
True.
But
I believe love is a choice. Like,
yes,
to love. And I also think it's important when someone loves you, don't take it for granted
at all.
You cannot love them in the capacity. Let them know. Allow them to make a choice as they make a choice to love you, to walk away from you. I think it's absolutely demonic to, you know, have someone pour into you, knowing that you don't intend to also, you know, love on them the way they want to love on you. You know, allow them walk away, allow them make another choice to leave you. Don't tie them, don't imprison them, knowing that you don't intend to give them that same love. But that's just a very bad thing to do.
Emotional blackmail. That's like that's something that like people literally need to be aware of.
Don't be that
And
person.
another thing I think I've learned, I mean, I'm gonna say this, right? I've come to the point where I realize that love is just like a rose, just like people say, right? There's nice, beautiful, soft parts, but there's also a thorny part, right? I'm not of the school of thoughts. I don't believe that love is absolute greatness, because I've always believed that, see, without darkness, you can appreciate light.
Yes.
Without a bitter taste, you can appreciate the sweet taste, right? Without brokenness, you can appreciate the use and power of money.
Yes,
so the same thing. So, I mean, when it comes to love, at the same time, I believe that it's a combination of sweet and sour. Now, no, I'm not saying to prove that anybody loves you, you have to take them to shiggy. You have to suffer. No, right? Because whether you like it or not, whether you're dating or you're married, is people of different school of thoughts, different ideologies coming together and deciding to be together. You guys are going to hurt each other, right? It doesn't mean a person loves you less. It just means that, fine, the person, you people are just trying to get by, trying to figure things out. As I said, the whole sandpaper feeling, rubbing against each other and all of that. And I think it's something, for me, marriage literally just redefined all of that. But even beyond that, right? If you also look back, if a few days ago I was thinking about it. I think I was watching a video on Instagram of Ciara. I remember an interview she had talking about how he loves her differently, and how he's just there,
that video
and
is
how is this and how is that. Then I was also thinking about Rihanna, and I was watching a video of her talk about her ASAP, and talking about how, I mean, she's like their guys, and like whatever she thought about when she thought about love is literally what she's experiencing now, and how that literally has changed her life and stuff like that. And I think of these two women, I'm like, I thought of their exes. We know them. We know their exes, and they sure shake gay.
The ones who don't,
do you understand?
Named.
Exactly. So, and I feel the reason why they can identify a love that's
because they've been through that. You
get it.
Yeah.
So a love that they value now is because they've been through it, and now they know what is right from what is wrong. So I believe everyone should have a heartbreak. You must chop breakfast in order for you. Seriously, that's
in order
what
for you to
personally
appreciate.
believe. In order for you
that
to
actually
appreciate the
genuinely love
good, I think you have to. It's a phase of life, because if not, you'll be looking for what is not lost. That's what I've actually realized. There's some experiences you have that you just have to have it, so that you will know. Do you understand? You cannot. There's some things you have to learn.
No, but some people are also very
yourself.
lucky. Like, they will just meet this one person from the start, and that's the person for the rest of their life.
Then inside that's
They still don't understand.
Heartbreak. No, I believe that it's possible, but I still believe in that there will still be heartbreak. Do you understand? Because even after
I get you, because you guys would always have like conflicts.
Yeah.
And
you have
everything,
conflicts,
so, like,
and
I feel like it's good to listen to podcasts like this, so you can be able to learn from people. Because so when you are dating someone, you feel like, okay, even though they're good to you, you feel like there's always better out there. But sometimes there's really no better out there.
These streets, don't say they're the streets.
Sometimes there's really no better out there.
Just saying.
So if the person you're dating is good
I mean,
to you,
if the bads, you ask me.
No, they ask.
no,
sometimes, I mean, if the
These girls, they answer that question.
If the bad is not bad,
Is there anything on the streets? You people are okay, sorry. When I checked
don't-
chat, it
My
was not.
husband is on
Maybe
the
now.
streets. When I find him, there'll
My
be
sister,
nothing.
your husband is not on the streets.
We're all on
The streets I'm
now.
talking about.
Okay, no,
not that type of
No,
street.
no,
Not that
he's
type of
out there.
street.
He's finding
there.
me.
He's
on
on
his
his
journey.
way.
He's on his journey. He's carrying a big bouquet, but don't worry. God will strengthen him.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
of course.
if the bad is not bad, then you know they are bad
Of
and
course,
they are bad.
no. I don't mean. No, don't misconstrue me. I don't mean like when you're with a monster, you're saying, no, there's no better out there. Please,
There's better.
discernment. I'm talking about the case of like things like conflict that are just
Yes,
normal
minor.
household minor conflict that you misunderstandings. Don't always. Some people, they always feel like because someone is posting on social media that my man bought me. A G-Wagon as my push gifts, or maybe you watch blinks of Dubai like I
Be
did
like,
now, and they bought
My
Safa.
own man.
They bought Safa. They bought her G-Wagon. And I'm like, Daddy Emeka no buy me.
Every time they make her.
You are this
That
your
Emeka-
name. Where are you getting this name from?
That's fine.
Only Emeka.
Daddy Emeka doesn't love me. Daddy Emeka doesn't love me. He's not in love with me. Maybe he gave you a kiss on your forehead. That's his push gift. But I'm just saying, like, don't always think that the grass is greener, on the other side. Water.
Yeah.
If you're in a loving relationship and your man appreciates you and loves you, please water it.
Yeah.
Don't let social media people make you believe like,
Hey, social media will deceive you. Please
Yes.
Come
If
with
you
me
have-
as a
if
stay-at-home
you're in a
girlfriend.
relationship and you feel like your partner is trying, please just
Hey,
just believe that it will get better.
Yes.
Because I feel love to me, is when someone is very intentional
Very
about
true.
you.
Yeah.
Be it someone or a thing, as long as you have that intentionality in you,
and you can see that he's intentional about
Yes.
you, or she is
See,
intentional about you.
it is very rare.
Hold it tight.
It is very rare to
Yeah.
see people who are intentional about people
Yeah.
these days. So
Yeah.
if you have such person, just hold on to them. Best believe that Nkechi is getting G-Wagon. I'm not getting. Does not mean that as long as you see like the effort that the person
effort.
is actually
Yeah.
That's the
putting
word. The
in,
effort is the important
please just always embrace that
Yeah.
because it's not easy to find.
No, it's not.
A lot of people, they're very nonchalant out there. So
Yeah.
if you see the person that's putting in effort and being very intentional about you, hold on to that person.
And sometimes not all
Hold
that
on.
glitters is
gold.
gold. Sometimes
Yeah.
you don't know what comes behind. I'm not saying that that some people feel like when the man is lavish with you, that means he's beating you. Not everyone that is getting lavish with you is also actually getting beaten or something.
Yeah,
But
some people are just getting,
sometimes-
they're just lucky. But
sometimes too there could be that too. So the devil is better than the angel. I don't know how to say that thing, but like your man that is can really afford to buy you a few gifts here and there, but is so kind and so patient and so understanding, and you have
Yes.
a good vibe with him. It's better than the man that will buy
that
you,
will beat you and now
cost
come and
of
get
land,
you private
emotional
jet.
abuse and everything. So don't cry in a Bentley.
But the
Choose not to cry at all.
Exactly. Exactly. I still get a Bentley.
You can still get Bentley. I will not give you tears. Bentley is not onion. So, all right. So, I want to talk about like this current dating landscape. I feel like dating like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was not dating. Actually, I was like too young to date. But I'm saying like dating then, I can only imagine that it has changed because there's so many things that have come like right now. This is like the social media era. There's like dating, right now. Dating is like it's everywhere. You can date easily because there's like we have like 1 million and one dating apps right
Options.
now. There's options that flowing left, right, center. So like what is it like dating in this current landscape? Like what do you think it is like? Do you think it's easier? Do you think it's harder? Do you think it's better? Do you think it's worse?
Dating is probably much more easier. I don't know, maybe easier, maybe not, but like from my own perspective
You say
and probably where I'm looking at it from.
I mean, like in terms of options.
In terms of options, I don't know because I don't know where the people used to find their.
Post picture on Instagram now. You see 500 people after your DM.
Yeah,
Hey
come
baby,
on.
let me take a
I mean,
picture.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That's an
That's
advantage,
options
you
now.
know. And
That's
and a lot of people they've met each other like through social
Yeah,
media
true,
and
true,
like
true.
So that
dating
gives you
apps. So
options.
like
That means
that's
you have more
so it's more flexible and more easier.
Global village,
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
Before now, imagine you're like in your village now. Only your boys in the street that will see you. No, like how do you back international man?
True.
Except you travel.
True. But
Like,
I'm
it
also
broadens your
talking like in terms of when you're dating, how now people are more vocal. Before they'll just tell you you have to be there.
Yeah.
Whether you're suffering, whether you just have to be there.
Just
Because
there,
you know.
yeah.
But now, like, people can easily express themselves when they're dating.
Yeah.
So that makes it more, because if I'm expressing myself that, you know, for instance, you want me to be a housewife. Now people can say, no, I don't want to be a housewife. I want to be a working class woman. Like, I want to work.
Yeah.
You know. If our values are not aligning, you can go your separate way. I can go mine. I mean, we're not married. We're dating,
true,
right?
Yeah.
True,
So like that has also sort of
Made it better.
improved,
Yeah.
yes, like
Yeah.
the dating, whatever.
Scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will come from the scary part. I feel dating in this time is quite scary.
Yeah.
And that's
I'll agree
sorry,
with
not
you on
quite,
that.
very scary.
I'll agree with you on
and
that.
I'll say that. So the same. So I feel it's tit for tat, right? So the same way it gives you options, which is
the same
amazing. It's the same way it gives a married man options. You get. So there is that. You can literally decide to be faithful, but then again, your resolve is not so strong enough. I mean, you plan, you said your vows in your heart of heart. You believed, you wanted to, you really, really did. Do you understand?
wanted to.
But you see, this girl, she was.
You had accident on the road.
I literally read a story of a guy. Sorry, a babe literally reached out to another lady talking about how, see, your husband has been in my DM, so and everything, blah, 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 and everything. And the woman was like, I don't blame him. Have you seen yourself? So it's that. I'm not even joking. Like, do you understand? So it's
what
that.
you're working with, baby.
If you can say that,
And
that's
you
really proud.
like, you get like, see yourself.
He
You get-
carry I go back.
So I believe in that regard is really scary, because I mean, so you are being exposed to so many things, and now with this whole dead mentality of men are polygamous in nature. So while in a relationship, or like planning or getting ready to get into a relationship, there are different factors already literally filtering through your minds, right? So I'm of the opinion that, I mean, your eyes and your ears are like windows to your soul. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So someone who is not necessarily well self-aware of the person you are, you don't know what your standards and values are, you can easily get swayed with the opinions flying left and right on social media, and that doesn't necessarily help. So now this whole, let me use for instance, right, this whole feminist movements, right? When the pioneers of the feminist movement came together, they had a great thing in mind. The idea was to fight for equality, like for women. Do you understand? Literally, there's no reason why I should be working with a man and then the man should be earning, do you understand, paid more than me and all of that. To just create a balance in certain regards. Allow women empowerment, make women step out more, be more confident and be more bold. Now there are people, the same people who have used social media as a tool to literally carry the same message into error. Do you understand? Because people talk about how, I mean, a feminist is out here, she's fighting, and she's literally said, oh, now that's turned to feminist movements believing men are generally scum, and
they now made I call it an extremist movement.
Extremist, exactly. So an extremist movement that also even promoting same-sex marriages or same-sex relationships and all of that, right? Not because, you feel as a human being, that's how you were created, but because of your fights against the male gender, you now enter into. So there are a whole lot of things going on, and I just feel that social media and dating in these times are also really tough, because we're talking about the impressionable minds of the young people looking up. Not too long ago, there was something on the social media about a school kid who literally stole money from his parents to literally buy his girlfriend I think they were in secondary school, a car, iPhone something or something. Do you understand? Where is she going to?
But I think it's been happening though.
So that's the thing. Even before social media, but then again, we cannot deny the fact that social media literally helps promote this kind of things. I think it was that period of when the whole Davido Choma what's that song thing?
Was
when assurance, so he was also assuring the babe. So that's the thing. So social media has made certain things crazy. So people as well. You see the way now, because we have a lot of bloggers now, a lot of social media influencers influencing the one they know plus the one they don't know. Do you understand? And then people talking about how, in my house, this is how we do it. So you feel the need that, okay, fine, this is how my husband, she's making a recording, this is how my husband behaves at home, and you feel the need, okay, why are you not behaving like this? Do you understand? So it has created a lot of competition, a lot of comparisons and things like that. So I honestly believe that even to survive, even as a human being, right, even as women, even me myself, sometimes you go on social media, you now realize your brain has started going left. Like, seriously, and I actually take conscious efforts to literally like put certain things on hold and say, okay, you know what, it's enough, let's put that, go back to what grounds you, remember who you are, and then know what your bearing is. So I feel dating in this age and this era has to be very intentional, right? I don't have anything against social media. I believe it's an amazing tool. That's
what I was talking about, intentionality.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be very intentional.
Yeah.
And for me, if I look, like, that's my red flag, to be honest. If I want to be with someone, I would see how, maybe not with me, because obviously we're just starting to date or whatever. So I wouldn't know much about you, but like things around you, like how intentional are you about other things that does not involve me,
relationships around you as well,
you, like family, whatever. So like those are the things that I pick and take note of
to see.
I
think I would agree with you guys. I think social media has this day and age, what really makes us different is our social media.
And
I think it has exactly. It has but actually you need to find yourself outside social media first of all. That's the only way that you will be able to use social media to your advantage positively. Otherwise, it's either you like it or not. You feel like, oh, I'm strong, but it's your outlets, you're taking information in, and it's your subconscious mind. So sometimes you don't even know when you start to, be those things that you have seen repeatedly. So I feel like you need to go outside of social media and try to find who you are, your core of your being, and that will now be able to help you anchor life without being easily swayed. Because there's so many things, and also not everything that is shiny is gold. Sometimes things are shiny, but they're copper. So you need to be very discerning and just pray, like have someone have your own. I'm a Christian, so obviously I'm anchored on the word of God. So whatever your religion is, but I advise you to be a Christian, because anchor yourself in Christ. I'll leave it there. Now
so sorry, before you leave, is the truth? It's actually the truth. So of course, I think the whole idea of finding yourself in relationships. I also want to mention the fact that a lot of people also step into, relationships and all of that, not being aware. So that whole idea of being self-aware, right? Now we're talking about dating in this generation. We also need to remember that this generation was forged out of the previous generation. And the previous generation had a way of casting their own beliefs and their own ideologies and all of that on us. So we're actually also struggling and trying to break out of that one to even find ourselves or who we are, to now even go into relationships based on our own understanding of it, right? When I got married, a lot of things I had to drop. But these were good advice given to me by people in that past generation, talking about how, you need to be like this, you need to do like this. But by the time you're trying to involve in drag all of that into this new thing that you're coming into, you need to understand that, the times have changed. Do you understand? And then changing times automatically means certain things have to change with it. Do you get? So that these are things, I'm just talking about factors we also need to consider even when getting into dating. For instance, now the whole feminist movement was also popular back then and all of that. It was more of a patriarchal system, right? And now some of our men in this day and time are still holding on to that patriarchal system, forgetting that these women in this generation, they're not bred like your mother. Do you get? You're not dealing with that that whole thing, so you need to exactly. So and it's not a matter of moving with the trends or moving with the times. It's just growing and just realizing, learning, and coming into your own self, learning what works for you, what works for your partner, and literally forging.
At the end of the day, it's what works for you.
Being a decent human being at the end of the day. Yes. To be honest, when thinking about all this feminism, I feel like any movement is actually about equality. It means that there's actually there's been a case of inequality.
Of course.
You are a human being.
Yeah.
I want everybody around me that's a human being to also feel like a human being.
A human being. Simple.
At least, if you think about me as a human, not even as a woman, and how you treat your fellow human being, right, just treat me right, treat me just. So simple. Every everything still anchors on based on like human, how you treat
Yes.
human beings
Yeah.
around you. I want us to talk about red flags because
Red
that's
flag.
that's like a very big thing. And then it's
Like,
like
the flag for a dress.
a giant red flag. So when you say anything like, I'll wave it. What's the biggest red flag for you personally?
Biggest, I don't like men that don't have emotional intelligence.
That is so.
Like
the
I
biggest
just
red flag.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, no, that's the biggest red
Yeah.
flag. Yeah. Yeah.
For you?
What's yours, Winfrey?
For me, it has to be dishonesty. I think not even outright dishonesty. Dishonesty is even far. I believe I'm a straightforward person.
Yeah.
Same way that's the way I handle my relationships. If I want to date you, I tell you, okay, fine, I want to date you. But you chase me anyways. But yeah.
As in,
You chase me anyway.
But do you understand? If I want, so that whole situation of like dating someone and then realizing the guy is into guys,
Yeah,
that's I
Yeah,
can literally.
that's
I
the
can put
height
it-
of dishonesty.
No.
Do you
there's
understand?
nothing we
Yeah.
can do because
So
so we don't catch a charge.
yeah, no. So I totally. I'm not. If I notice you're sneaky,
Yeah,
or
you're
you're
trying to
corny,
play.
or you're
Like
Being
trying to
sneakiness, yeah.
to me,
Like,
nah,
go
it's
play
like,
with sand. If you're trying to
nah.
play, there's sand, build a sand castle. Don't come play
Do you
with me. Let me
get? Do you
do
get?
it. Don't
Do
do
you get? Like
that.
I believe there's someone for everybody
be honest, you
that
don't
wants to be in a
need,
relationship.
like,
There's someone who likes you, who tolerates
Who
you,
likes
who
your-
likes the way you are.
So
that's
come
another
the
thing.
way you are.
Exactly. That's another thing I also believe as well. I believe as compatibility is another thing that's also overlooked in this time and in this age. People think so. Is anybody that asks you out, you date. Totally, I don't believe in that. Right? I believe that if you decide as a grown human being you want to actually join your life with another person, whether to marry or not to marry, be in a relationship with someone else, even in friendships,
Yeah.
even in relation, there's also
be able to
compatibility.
choose.
Exactly, you should be
Yeah.
able
Based
to
on
know
aligned
this is the kind of person I am.
values.
Same
This
values,
kind of person
everything.
that is going to work for me. Do you understand? So and that's what I was saying when you talk about bad behavior or good and bad. What might be good or bad for you might be okay for
someone else
somebody
likes,
else.
exactly.
So you might now be able to stand like I can be quite impatient.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And my husband is. I think that's one of the biggest factors for me. Baba is patient.
So patient.
Do you understand? So
Yeah.
like God just say this one. So he just literally sent me someone that's literally patient.
patient.
So
Was
now
an
with him
opposite.
being patient with me, I'm learning to be
Patient.
like patient
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. So I just feel compatibility also matters a whole lot. So yeah, I mean, if you want to date one-on-one dating, fine. If you want open marriage, fine. If you want another
I
thing,
mean, just
fine.
say it.
Just say it.
That's
You will
what I'm
find a
saying.
person. Do you get?
Yeah, you don't need to be deceitful.
Yeah.
Come
not-
correct. If this is what you, I also stated this earlier. If you're the type of, you see, ladies, if you're the type of person that like money, you want a man. Open your
it's your
mouth
full
from the
chest.
yes, from the get go.
Yes.
I like money. I like to be
Yes.
taken care
Yes.
of.
Yes.
And there's some people who will be like, okay, you know what? No, I don't like a man's money. Keep your money. I'm gonna take care of myself. You know,
Yeah.
there are people like that.
I
Even
want
though
those.
Yeah.
no,
No.
but there are people.
No, I know,
like
yeah,
that.
of course,
So
of
just
course.
just come correct. Come
Do
as
you, boo,
are.
you know.
Yes.
Exactly. Do you?
Yes.
Also,
For me and my
there are also
household, we
people
like
that will
money.
be like, you know, I can't be an housewife. I want a
I wanna
housewife.
work and
Like I want to
everything.
work. Like I don't want my man
Yeah.
being the one to. It is okay. Just communicate. Like
Yeah.
this is who I am. At the
Yes.
end of the day,
Yeah.
if this person wants to stay, they will stay. If they
Yes.
don't want to stay, they go and look for someone that they're compatible with.
Yeah,
Yes,
100%.
of course.
For me, my biggest red flag is what you said, emotional intelligence.
When it comes to emotional intelligence, right? As much as yes, it is. To me, it's an orange flag, and reason
No,
being.
I do.
Not really.
No, I'm just saying. For me, when it comes to emotional
Okay.
intelligence, see, last saying, even normal intelligence, right, is learned. Everybody has to learn.
Yeah,
it.
yeah, of
So I
course, of
believe
course.
there's certain things that can be learned and certain things that can be improved upon. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So now this is the reason why I say for me, right, emotional intelligence can be. I would see it as an orange flag as opposed to a red flag, and that's now also based on what I said about previous generation. The generation before us, and I'll say this, right? It's something that I say every time. I have brothers. The men in that generation were spoiled.
Yeah,
I don't want to
agree.
say all men, but most
of
men.
them, I do agree.
And I actually
They
said
were spoiled.
We were
they
raised
were spoiled
differently.
by
We're
the
raised
girl
differently.
in my house. The girl child was raised very differently from the boy
I
child.
agree, 100%.
The boys are allowed to run along, play all day, do whatever they like,
They
and all
instill
of
no
that. Very
morals in
limited
them.
control.
Yeah.
But the girls are in the home, building the home, cooking for mommy, serving the kids, cooking for everybody, doing all of that. They are the ones that have to be respectful, have to dress properly, have
Teach them
to
etiquette,
manage.
all of that.
Do you understand? And even like in families upon families, we see that respect. So if you're wondering, you see a boy and then you see a girl and you tell them they are siblings, you're like, no way.
No,
because
yeah.
the guy is
They
literally,
act very-
do you
The other
understand?
way, and the girl is just prim and proper.
Exactly. So that is why that's why I said, to me, it's an orange flag, because at that point where you are now a grown man and you still don't know how to
supposed to
act,
unlearn and learn good manners.
So if you actually grow, it's not your fault. Okay, your parents did
That's how
not
they
train
brought
you
you up.
well. You are not emotionally smart. You are emotionally dim. Then
It's much
you
dim.
now
Emotionally
no,
dim.
seriously. Then you now decide, okay, you are a grown man now. You cannot now be, maybe prior to that you did not date anybody. You now meet me. I'm not telling you, okay.
But you know that sometimes
See
it's
this
always
thing?
too
See
late for
this
them
thing?
to.
So that's the thing. So that
Learn
whole
new
story, yeah,
things.
old dogs, right? You can't treat an old dog, teach an old dog new tricks. But at
Yeah.
the same time, in the course of that one on its own is some form of jargons.
Yeah.
Because I believe that
I
as a
get you,
human
yeah.
being,
I agree.
you
We're
at a certain
constantly-
age, you are literally
Supposed to
responsible for yourself. That your parents'
from bad.
excuses and mistakes
It
and
has already
problems,
ended.
and so you take up that responsibility to grow yourself.
grow
Do you understand?
yourself,
And I
yeah.
also believe, because the truth is, a lot of, I don't know, let me not say a lot of, but like a number of guys that I know, right, when it comes to this thing of emotions, they are not so. A lot of men, actually Nigerian men,
But
they
it's
seem to be
true.
clueless
Yeah,
It's
about
true.
certain things.
That's-
Seriously.
That's why. That's
Yeah. So
I
that's
mean,
why I
it still
said,
result to
so he can,
emotional
so how I
intelligence.
interpret it is emotionally intelligent plus bad character. That one is another is a, but emotional intelligence or somebody that is now teachable, that can sit down and say, you did this thing, but think about it this way. And the person like, oh, okay, all
true,
right,
you know.
all right, okay, you know what? I can be better. Do you get?
Yeah.
And it's also it's not magic, right? It also takes
Takes
some
time.
time and all of that for the person to adjust. So I think in the end of the day, someone that has a good good character,
Yeah.
generally, I mean, it's not all men that grew up being polite or came
Yeah,
from
or
polite
taught,
homes.
yeah.
Do you understand?
But, like,
Some men
yes.
think that them being that way, braggadocious and being all like
Yeah.
is what makes
vocal.
them.
I mean, especially if like
Yeah,
this
no.
one.
And that and all of exactly,
That's it.
exactly. So like there's so much. We went to the east not too long ago, and men behaved I don't want to say men behave like men. No, men behaved a certain way, but you can tell that they don't
Long
know better. To them, that was no, seriously, that was literally
Long
the
sip.
sample they grew
Yeah.
up with, and to them that's what
That's
establishes
what-
them
yeah.
as men.
As
So that's why
men.
I'm saying we will forgive you.
No, I won't.
It will,
forgive
the
you.
flag will be the flag will be orange to the extent to which your parents
It's still
failed
red.
you.
Very
It's red.
red. Tomato red.
As long as you're
Pepper
adult.
red.
Okay, because
Atarodo
God,
red.
because when
yourself.
you say no, because
Me,
when
I
you
trained
say
myself.
when
After
you
they trained me.
okay now
You have no
and this is another
excuse.
reason,
Yes.
this is another reason why I'm saying that, right? I stepped into marriage and I realized that there are certain things as a woman, even like my marriage counselor used to told us then. Do you understand? I'm a woman that you have to read my mind. You are a guy, I'm a woman. Certain things should just play to you to understand it. Do you understand? But guys can be very clueless. And
But
I used
that's
to
why
take
you
that
should talk.
cluelessness as
He doesn't
intention.
care.
Exactly.
He
You're
doesn't
not
care.
intentional.
Yeah.
If you cared, you will. But they'll tell you. I spoke to my sister. Lucky for me, I'm the last of 5 kids. So like I have like people that
Older
married before.
siblings,
Just
yeah.
I've spoken to my sister, married counselor, other different. Just and they'll tell you the same thing. See, men can be clueless. Especially when they've stepped into marriage. I mean, when they're trying to chase you and get you, they know what they want. Do you understand? To them, it's a
They
game.
know how to.
So now-
Seriously.
They know how to get.
But it is, yes. So to them, so
They
you
know
now,
what to do to get what
they
want.
know what to do to get what they
But not to
want
keep it.
in
but
that
not to
time.
keep it.
Hey,
Wait,
wow,
so that's the
Lord.
thing.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Oh, hello.
I mean,
It's
it
not
might
like they don't
seem
know.
weird,
It's not
but
like they
it's
don't
true.
know. They don't see
The
the
need.
need. For men, then that's what they tell you. As a woman, you cannot say, I don't marry now. So you just relax, leave yourself.
Man,
No.
is this true?
Even in the marriage, you have to keep on being chased. And that is all on you.
Yeah.
You don't just stay and say, okay, I'm a wife. You'll be behaving
the first one.
exactly,
I mean.
Do you understand? I said, oh, you will go, you will come back. And
If you go, you come back.
so his attention will shift to other things.
Wow.
And when it does.
Yeah.
Hey, did they pray? Oh, God. Let me not talk. Seriously. No, I'm
From
serious.
experience.
I'm serious.
We have to
Because
listen to
I,
it.
like, heartbreak. You would just sit down and just be giving yourself heartbreak.
Wow.
Not because somebody is trying to punish you,
Yeah.
but just because you, as a new bride, you don't understand certain things.
Yeah.
Do you understand? To him, he has married you. He has shown to him that is the greatest love he can. Just had just died for us on the cross. That's the great. Oh
wow.
I'll tell my husband, you don't love me. You said if I don't love you, I won't marry. I'm like, so is that all? So because you married me now, I should
That's the only love
I
you
should
have
just
to
show
show
what's
me.
on top.
Crown of my head.
But that's how you see it. Because
Oh,
to them,
wow.
this marriage thing, a lot of men don't want to commit.
Yeah.
Especially like
Now.
a lot of
Yeah.
men don't. So it's to them is a sacrifice. So,
Yes.
I'm marrying you. I
don't
love.
know.
See, do you get? So
That was the way I
So
could
that
show
is-
that I loved you.
yeah, that's how I show. But so it's not you that will now tell him, okay, guy, calm down. As much as I understand you love me, but then again, that is your love language.
Yeah.
Not
You have to
mine.
flip it, not
You have
mine.
to-
You have to show
love
me
my own
continuously.
language.
Do you understand? I need
Yeah.
to hear it. I need to see it. I need to feel
Feel
it.
Yeah.
And then once you can have that rapport, that bond, because for a very long time, I will say it. I didn't believe my husband loved me.
Oh.
Because I'm like, you don't care. You don't. It's not about you. But the guy's like, see, what? So and he's like, honest. He'll call my sister. He'll be like, he's honestly feeling like I don't know what to
And
do.
I feel like some
I
men
don't
they
know
get
what to
really
Yes.
broken
Because
when
to
you tell
them-
that you
You
don't
don't
love me,
love
and they
me.
truly
Yes,
do.
yes.
Just be like
So
everything
I'm-
that I'm doing, like you cannot see
Exactly. So and I'm like, and sometimes I just sit down and I just actually listen to him
Like,
and just look. And the guy
does he
is
really-
really worried.
No.
So and I had to be thinking, like, so in the end of the day, the Holy Spirit for me, I'll just say is the number one relationship guy. To be honest, I'll just go and pray. Holy Ghost, help me. This emotion I'm feeling as a woman that is doing me like this,
Yeah.
help me take it away. Let me give me clarity. Let me see
Clarity.
into this issue. Let me know and all of that and all of that. And then you just start realizing certain things. Do you understand? How about you're thinking of things this way? How about you think about it this way?
This
Yeah,
way,
the
Do you
other way.
understand? And understanding and
Yeah.
communication. The kind of person I am as well. When I'm upset, I'll
Love
just lock up.
language
I won't talk.
and communication.
I won't I'll just lock up.
So important.
See,
Exactly.
You
So-
see, love language, communication, and I would say understand.
Understand.
See,
you
can
can
have all of
communicate. So
this, and you don't
you don't
understand.
understand.
I'm sorry, it's a
You're
waste.
joking with
So
yourself.
understanding is it from your end or from
See,
his end?
I can
Everybody's
talk. Everybody's end, to be
Everybody's
honest.
end.
So
It goes
basically,
both ways. Like
someone
the man,
who's understanding is who you should be looking to marry, and you to become an understanding woman as well. too.
absolutely.
Someone who is willing,
Willing
to
to understand.
be understanding.
Yeah.
You can communicate from now till Jesus Christ.
Yes.
If that person is not an understanding person, you
Yeah.
will just be talking.
Or not willing to
And
understand.
another
Yeah.
thing is not even about the person even being understanding.
You
Is you communicating to the person in a way that the person can understand.
Understand.
My husband tells me something. He tells me, if you confront me, I am not hearing you.
Nothing.
So even if you are trying to save my life, as long as you stand in front of me and you are talking at me,
Yeah.
I'm not going to. Even if you are trying to tell me, see, there's somebody is trying to. Seriously,
Yeah.
and so to him, that's it. Once you just wage that war front. So something I started doing even before I got married. I started to listen to a lot of books. Women are like spaghetti.
marriage is an
Women are
institution.
yee.
Oh,
You learn
Women
so much.
are like spaghetti. Women are men are like waffles. Just a lot of books about marriage, relationships, and how very different
We
It
are.
is.
women and men are. So that's another thing I feel just made me just leave it. I say, you know what, this thing. I'm like, God, I don't know what your plan. What's your plan? We're at the core of
We're very
it.
different, yeah.
We are very, very different beings, and it's almost opposites.
that's why sometimes women
That
will
is-
do something. Women will be like,
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I know why I'm acting. I know how I'm feeling.
Exactly.
And they'll be like,
I was watching
why?
a movie with my husband a few
What's
days
this?
later.
You're
I
being
mean,
dramatic. I'm not
exactly.
being dramatic. I'm just trying to
Expressing
tell you.
myself.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I just so there's a whole thing of men are confrontational, right? So when they're confronting, he tells me, my husband literally tells me, he's like, see, once you start confronting me, I see you as a guy. And I'm not trying to be soft and baby
That's
with a guy.
actually very
Seriously,
funny.
he was like, when you start, I see you as a guy, so yeah, let's rock it out. So you want to do this?
wanna do
Seriously,
this.
and they're very
That is
like
so
they
funny.
fight. Do you understand? But so a book I was listening to tell you that when you want to talk to your husband, you are beside him is better, and they tell you that that's why bar stools are like this.
Oh,
When you
so
go
they
to a bar,
decide.
when guys are sitting down, they sit down side by side. But if you leave women, we'll sit down and face ourselves. Do you understand? And that so see, there's a whole, even communication wise, talking about how my husband will come back from work, he's tired. To be, I want to hear everything about your day. Baba is tired. He does not want to
Just wants
talk.
to go and
He doesn't even want to sleep. He just wants to just sit down.
Done.
And his brain will just be empty. They are not talking about how.
Do
Do
you
get?
you keep quiet,
Like,
man.
you just allow me. Do you get?
Yeah.
So there's just so much. Like there's so much.
I think the whole thing, like, it just
So
drives,
much.
it just drives to like understanding the person that
Understand. See,
your partner-
understanding
your
is
partner.
very. It's a very
understanding the
huge
person.
part.
The person understand himself.
Understand-
You self
You
understand yourself.
and understand the person.
Nah.
A whole lot of
It's-
understanding. But let's talk about like this love. I mean, you're saying on social media, oh, my love language is this, my love language is that. What is your love language?
It's sweet to talk. Me, it's all of them. So what I realized is,
List them.
so
Like it ranks
I've
from
exactly.
Yeah.
So I've come to a point where I realize that love language also kind of defines, or rather, your traumas also define what your love language will be. So it's possible for your love language to change per time.
Yes.
If you've been starved of
I've heard-
certain
I've read
things
about
growing
this before
up, or
too.
maybe you were neglected as a
Yeah.
child, or you grew up in a very strict home, as I was, and then you didn't have like that close communal family bonding time and all of that, which is my situation. My father was a military man, my mother was a military nurse. Nobody's come to ask you, baby, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Are you?
strict.
Do you understand? So
It's
now
really
my
true.
number one love language is quality time.
Quality time.
Quality
Yeah.
time.
So quality time, talk to me,
Words of affirmation.
and all words of affirmation. Tell me I look good. Tell me you love
Yeah.
me. Tell me I'm done in your head. All those kind of things, right? And then so quality time, words of affirmation, then physical touch. No, acts of service. No, yeah, acts of service, and then physical touch. Then what was the
Gifting.
last one? Yeah,
Gifting.
gifting. So
And
gifting for me,
receiving gifts.
yeah, receiving
Please.
gifts is for me. The last one.
Fake baby.
My own.
Honestly.
Hi.
Oh, you're on.
Yeah, I like words of affirmation.
I'm telling you.
Don't be telling me things. Secondly, please
Maria and
gift
Igbo
me.
man, dear.
Buy me gifts.
Hey.
If you are watching this,
Buy
me gifts.
Buy her gifts today and
And you
tomorrow.
receive.
Yeah, right.
No, I also love to like
Give
get
people.
gifts, like give people things as
Yeah.
well. Then physical touch, baby. Like tell me, show me, let me feel it. Act of service, and no, actually, I think quality time comes before gifting. So quality time is like the second, gifting third, act of service. Then physical touch can be at the end. No, but not at the end. Like
Well, I mean, like,
fourth.
I feel
Yeah.
like they're all important, but you just want
Yes.
them other
Yes.
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 exactly.
Yeah, okay, that's nice to hear.
What's your own?
I'm trying to think. What's my own? I think mine is acts of service first.
Oh.
Yeah, I think if
You like them
if-
to sweat for you. She sweats.
If I say-
Come and
if
pick
I
me
say-
up.
if I say-
Exactly.
Princess
Come on, pick me up.
treatment.
Show me that.
Roll the rugs. Roll the pour the petals. Thank you. Be sweating as you're saying. Yes, the more you sweat,
Sweating.
the more.
I
The more
don't
your
really-
chances are.
but like I'm literally a princess, so that's just what they do, in
Yeah.
the kingdom to win the princess's
In the
heart.
kingdom.
You serve the princess. Serve them.
No, but like I feel like it's even more like when I'm doing something, I'm working on something. I feel like the way you are, the way you're committed to helping me achieve that thing.
Yeah.
That's one thing that can show me that you
Yeah.
actually do care about me or you love
Very
me.
true, very
I
true.
can't just say I'm starting my podcast and you're like, oh, okay, I wish you the best,
Oh,
and then that's it. You don't ask me
get
how
that.
it's going. How do you get camera? I'll know that you hate me.
Ah.
And I hate you. Like let me know how's it going, baby. Have you gotten this? Have you got
Yeah.
How can I find ways to actually support that thing? That's the biggest one for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like active service also covers gifting because if you're serving, if you're serving, you will gift now.
Gifts to follow,
Maybe-
to be
maybe I
natural.
have a headache. Oh, you send the whole whatever. You send
Yeah.
a van of supplies to help with the headache.
Personal.
So that also carries the gifting and all that. I
Yeah.
think the next thing is quality time. Yes. Spend time
I
in
actually
UK.
really like quality time as well.
Yeah, then I mean I'm mostly like always busy. Like I feel like I'm kind of person that my mind is always working.
Yeah.
I'm restless. I must be doing something. So if you are my person, you have to find a way to
drag
me. Do you
out
understand?
of all
Otherwise,
of
I'll just
that.
be moving. I'll be moving. So I feel like you need someone that can actually intentionally create, time for bonding for us. If not, I might not go and create that time. So my man has to be someone that is,
and if you're
that's
willing to
intentional
actually create
about
time,
it.
that means you really value the person.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's hard to
like
run.
three of them will
Hard
be
to
like
run
number two.
together. So that's things. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally allowed.
Because I come
Interested.
to think of it right now, like everything is just needed.
Yeah.
Like you can't say, oh, I like 3 out of 2. I mean,
Yes,
some people
everything-
would, but like everything is very
needed.
important.
So now let me
Then
burst
physical
you those
touch,
bubbles. It's sweet, oh. If I mind not giving stuff. It's awesome. It's good. But let me tell you something.
Relationship therapist. So okay.
Relationship therapist.
Stop it. No, I say so.
Our
seriously.
love doctor.
No, this is something. These are these are experiences that open my own eyes.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I just really wish that people actually sat me down and told me
all those things.
this is it. And I love the fact that we're actually having this conversation. So Princess, big ups to you. I mean, because a lot of people are literally learning from all of this, and it's really, really important.
prayer,
So now,
God.
so for the longest time, right, this is how I think this is the easiest way to explain it, right? A Russian and a French couple getting married. No, a Russian and an Ekiti couple getting married.
What did you
Where's my
She's
Russian
from-
boo?
she's
Somewhere
from-
out
she's
there.
She's from Ekiti,
Right?
obviously, I know, but like still.
So you know this might be prophetic right here.
Exactly.
I'm
One
calling him
Russian
that.
man is coming for you.
Rudolph Squash Crawford.
So-
I'm here, baby.
First of all, Ekiti people have their culture, they have their understanding of things, they have the way they do their things. Men, they are men as well, they are women as well.
Oh, it's true. She's married to an Ekiti
When
man.
it comes to French, I use French because I know I think
Right.
the French case comes from France. French people they're known to be very, very, let me just imagine I was French.
Yeah.
Do you get? So there's a way they do their things, right? And then just imagine every morning they wake up, one person they speak French, go left, the other person they speak it to go right. And then they are saying good. Just imagine somebody affirming you in French.
Yeah, but you
And-
don't understand.
Do you understand? Like he's giving you what you need to hear. But you're not looking at him like, huh?
So-
Do you understand? You're not going to see like American. So American will not be translating that this is what he's trying to do. He's actually doing the right thing. So what's the problem? Everybody's looking for the props. So that is literally where I see it. So love languages, the way you have love language is the same way your man has love language.
Exactly.
And like, let me
true.
bust your bubble.
You love them in their
The
own.
way you said you like to give gifts, same way you like to receive gifts.
Yeah.
If I want to show you that as a friend I care for you, I'll literally say, oh, when am I coming to see you? You never. This girl, I've been trying to see her since she
Did you
hates
come and I
me.
didn't open my
Come
door?
get out. The way I would do it is number one. I feel we need to connect. We need to come, sit down, spend time together, have conversations, talk about things that mean a lot to us. Do you understand and everything? So that is me. That is me expressing that. So that's what I like to receive. That's what I'll naturally give. The same thing, my husband.
But don't you
doesn't like
think
My
Talk,
husband, my husband can go out and come back and say, oh, I bought this for you. I bought this for you. He can travel and not buy one thing for himself. He will come back with 3 boxes full of stuff for me.
But
Do you
is that
understand?
your love language?
She likes gifting, but she
Gifts
just ranked.
is
She
the
ranked.
last one.
She ranked the highest one as
No.
Anytime,
But like
so
that's what I'm saying. Like
Gifting is the last
is
one.
that like
that's the last one. On her.
Gifting for me is the last because I feel also I told you so your trauma literally influences everything. So for me, growing up, I had most of what I needed.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I mean, daddy, I want this, daddy, I want that, but that was what it was. Do you understand? That whole I love you, girl, I'm proud of you.
It wasn't there, so you wanted
quality
that.
time. Do you understand? So he can do all of that, and I'll just be sitting there and looking at him. Okay.
like it will not hit you the way
So
you know,
he's seeing it as.
quality time.
And another thing why it's more painful to him is because he's working. He's working so hard to make all this money. I'm
So
going,
he'll
I'm
be able to buy
traveling,
you
I'm
whatever
buying.
you want.
And like my husband, he's not ordering things for you. He'll go to the store and buy the things. Do you understand?
Himself.
He's putting himself
An
into his
intentional man. And then you're,
So-
just there, you're
and
not
I'm like-
enjoying intentionality.
You get? I'm like, okay.
He's loving you in his own
as
love
you are
language.
traveling away, be planning that you come back and we'll spend like 2 weeks together. You won't go anywhere. We'll just be together. That's my own. Do you understand? So,
Yeah.
and he's a pilot. So you see, he
Not
travels
a
a
quick
lot.
calculation.
So you see, he travels a lot,
Yeah.
and then so that's time that I really, really, really want.
It's
Is not there. Do you
yeah.
get? But him, he's frustrated that he's doing all he can and everything and all
And
of
you
that.
don't
But-
seem
and he
to-
also is a very physical person, so he likes physical touch.
touch.
And physical touch is now the second to the last for me. because sometimes, please don't touch me, just leave me alone. Do you get? But then again, do you understand? So sometimes he's trying to. So whenever he sees me, we can't be in this room right now, and then he won't be probably like holding
Touching
me
you,
or touching and everything. But then again, for me, it's like.
Oh God.
Do you understand?
Let's
So
just-
no, I mean I like it. Sometimes it's nice, but sometimes sometimes when it's doing you, sometimes I'm like. So but then again, he's trying to express his love to me. I'm rebuffing it. I'm trying to spend time with him, but he doesn't have that time to give because he's busy. He's working. These are the things that we're battling with back and forth, right and forth, and everything. And then without that communication and understanding, everybody seems as if everybody's working against each other.
Against each
Yeah.
other.
Do you understand? It's not like
Yeah.
you don't love me, you don't love me, you don't love me. But like he's trying, I'm trying, but like
trying.
everything is just
I
not
get
working.
it.
So
At the end of the day,
Sometimes
takes
it's good
a
to
lot
have
of
love language. You also have to
planning.
communicate it with your partner, and they have to understand it.
I think
And
it's very
take the
important
love
to actually
language test.
communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
in your partner's love language.
Yes, not in your
Yes.
exactly.
But also communicate to them what your
What
love language is
you
and try
like,
to understand
yes.
what
Yes.
theirs.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Yes.
this should happen
It's very-
even before
it's
the
very important to actually
before
know.
you start
Of course.
dating. Because I
So,
feel like
so when you're getting into marriage,
Into-
I mean,
These
you
are
do
like
a
questions or like things
yes,
that you need
you
to
do a
to
marriage
know,
counseling,
yes.
you do a test.
oh okay,
And
then
then-
that-
you do a
oh,
test.
okay,
Yes, you do a test. Yeah, you love like it's on the internet.
Ah,
So you can actually
interesting.
sit down. It's actually
Okay.
it's quite interesting.
We
Just
didn't
ask
even
you
know this,
certain
but
things.
see,
Now we know.
Now we all
Now we know.
Now
And
we
then
know.
one more thing I want to mention. So the same way there's love language, there's fight language.
Yes.
I'll leave it at that.
Yes, I've
Wow.
heard of that too.
Yes.
Also, I'm not saying yes. Yeah, I'm
Y'all
not reading it.
Let's know.
You're preparing. Just give me the colors. That's all.
Oh my
brown.
goodness.
Yeah.
This is such a wholesome conversation. Like I felt all the emotions from disagreeing with some of things, to agreeing with some things, to laughing. No, it was really fantastic. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming.
I'm really happy to
Thank
be
you for
I
here.
know that everyone has learned. Even me, I've learned fight language now.
Exactly.
Tell me that one. When the camera stops rolling.
This was the first language.
What's my fight language? You will suffer. Oh.
All right. Thank you so much for coming, ladies. Do you guys have any
Thank
like
you.
final words to like the people listening? Like maybe just a tip or an advice or something.
Relationship is hard though, but
Yeah.
you know, it's also very beautiful.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
Okay.
know,
Very true,
when
very
you
true.
are looking at getting into a relationship with someone, look for someone that you share the same values with, share the same likes and dislikes. I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be like 100%, but like you people should just have
Compatibility.
this balance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and some people can be very deceitful. So pay
Shine your
attention. Those small red
Outside.
flags.
Your eyes.
Hold on to them.
So to the red flags.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and your red flags.
I have to bring them a big flag.
So for me, I'll say if you're looking for love, go to the source of love, which is actually God. Right? God is love, love is God. So if you really, really want it in its truest form, right? That's literally where you should be in the first place. Find yourself, find God, read your Bible, which is a manual, I believe, for life. Everything you need is inside that book. You understand it, you understand life. Do you understand? And then when it comes to discerning and deceitfulness, that's something I didn't also get to talk about. I think that's something I've also been, like, God has literally helped me. Do you understand? I've not been in like nasty like situations and all of that. I think that's because I was saying earlier that I really take a lot of time before I get into any relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, I've met the guy, when I met my husband, for instance, we went on a 6 weeks break. No conversation, no phone, no scene, no nothing. Because at that point, I didn't even want, in fact, like, I was still, I think I went from wanting not to get married to wanting to get married, then had a break, now wanting not to get married, at least yet. Do you
Took it
understand?
back.
Exactly. So, but when he came in, that's the first thing I say, I want to marry you. I see my life future. I'm like, Baba, calm down. I'm not, do you understand? So I took my time and I prayed a lot about it. I know something that I had before I found it. I knew something that was the main thing in this relationship for me was peace. I had peace. I'm like, do you know, even when we were fighting, there was just this
Peace of mind. If somebody's giving peace of mind, hold on to them. But peace is very
Money,
expensive.
I had peace. I knew no matter what I want to do, no matter how the wind should also enter my head, like I knew that this guy,
Yeah.
like,
He gives you that. And
do you
that's it.
understand? So
Yeah.
and like that, so majorly
Major.
peace. And I feel so God will literally, if you pray about it, genuinely telling him that this is exactly what you want and all of that, his will for you. So that was my prayer. I didn't write any 50-page list that's okay, God,
This is it, this is it,
now,
this is
I just told him, you created me. You know what you created me for. I need a partner
My
that you
purpose,
created that will join this purpose and like literally bring it to life and everything. And to be honest, that is literally like
What he
it
did.
is, right? So I just feel, just pray and just tell God what's your will.
It will
Your
come.
will
It will come.
above everything is what I want. And then and another thing I noticed about this whole love thing is that at the time, I don't know, at the time I wasn't looking for it was when it eventually came. Do you understand?
It happens like that.
At the time I wasn't looking for it, and I
Yeah.
kept on pushing it back. So as I said, we didn't talk for 6 weeks, no call, no comment. That's after we spoke, we had seen and come to see, blah blah blah. We realized, okay, we're liking ourselves. Okay, let's not be sure that this thing is not just, do you understand? 6 weeks, no communication, no call. It might not work for you like that too. That's one I
Work-
got.
That's how
Do you understand?
do what works
Yeah, exactly.
for
That's
you.
what me I
Don't
got.
go and keep your partner with us. You'll find another partner. People that
Exactly.
don't have joy.
So
Don't go.
and so I think then my whole thing was like, if it's yours, it will definitely circle back. Like love is not in the trying to get and everything. And then as much as we're trying to look for our peace and our person, and
Yeah.
like, make sure you are the person. Do you understand? Are you dateable?
Yes.
Are you marriable? Do you have sense? You're looking for who has sense. Do you yourself? Do you have sense?
Period.
Do you understand? So just also what you want the person to be, you have to attract what it is. If you want honesty, you
You
have
don't
to
want
be
to be a
honest.
nuisance, and you want somebody that is
Exactly.
Yeah,
If you want
exactly.
honesty, you want to be honest. If you want clarity, you want someone that's not going to use to play games, you have to also be clear and all of that. So just make sure you are settling down or being in a relationship for the right reasons. Do you understand? I believe things like money, as all the girls, girls is good. I like to be taken care of. Do you understand? My husband's money is sweeter to spend on my own. Do you understand?
All the time, yeah.
So that is awesome. However, don't have the mentality that you're not a liability. Do you
Yeah,
get? And
exactly.
in this
You
day
can
and
make
time,
money too.
no man wants a liability. So the fact that he can spoil you does not still mean that he doesn't want someone that by the time he looks at, he knows that, okay, fine, if anything happens, this person will also, do you understand? So also just be useful to
I mean,
yourself.
some men want liabilities too, sure, but the question is that, do you want to be a liability? Do you feel good being a
some men want
liability?
No, some
men want
men.
liability. They don't want
Oh,
to
I
do
was,
anything.
I was watching one live video,
Some
and the
men
guy
don't.
was like, "What do you do?" The girl said, "Oh, I'm a hairdresser," and she literally said, "Oh, I'm a hairdresser," and everything. I was like, "So you make your own money?" And the girl was like, "Yes, I'm trying to." I was like, "No." You're comfortable. I don't want I want somebody that will depend on me.
Hallelujah. Okay, I guess
If
so.
you
Holy
want, that's what you
shit.
want. But
There's
I mean,
that.
why would I want to be a liability? Even this
I
word,
don't
that word
understand.
sounds insulting.
It's
to
someone
my
should-
person.
It's not very demeaning to me. Like you're
course.
insulting me.
Why am I going to be
No, that but if that's not type
that's
of
what you
man
want,
you now
you know.
marry, you will
That's-
not notice
you
we
will
come
now
with.
you will not be able to move your legs.
No, you want to
because,
buy,
like,
you want to wash hair.
buy toothbrush.
Toothbrush.
I want money.
Uh-huh.
Buy this one.
That one too comes with its own.
Yeah.
You say not it's
So
a
demerit.
huge
But I mean,
bag of
let's-
disadvantage.
Yeah,
Let's not get into that because that's another top
Conversation.
Yes.
Entirely. So yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys just heard Winfrey's prayer. You're talking about Sierra's prayer. You heard Winfrey's prayer now.
All
Pray to God
right.
for peace and
Yes,
bring you
peace,
your own
peace,
bundle
peace.
of happiness and peace.
Yes,
Yeah.
so-
Okay, so and that brings us to a wrap of today's episode of the Beauty, Brains, and the Bag podcast. I hope you enjoyed all the amazing insights shared by my beautiful special guests today. They've been so amazing so far. This conversation was very exciting and so eye-opening and enlightening. So I'm sure you learned a thing or two or three or 10 from listening to them. And don't forget, if you are not following us yet, make sure you're following us across all social media platforms. It is Beauty, Brains, and the Bag podcast. And on YouTube, it is Powerful Princess. Okay? Stay pretty and pretty powerful. Bye.
Stay pretty and pretty powerful.